Here's what's happening. You do the grueling corporate job with no way to double or quadruple your income. You see your debt when you wake up, when you go to sleep, and wake up terrified when you dream. You cannot pay your EMI. I once asked a stranger on a flight who was intrigued by my book, Trained Thinking is Success, on Amazon. I asked him a simple question: what do you think first when you wake up in the morning? He said, it hits me with a reminder of my debt. So, you think of the debt when you are awake, get similar or even terrifying dreams in sleep, and go along the day with the same sinking thoughts. Your untrained mind has the control, and you pay the price, but worrying creates a whole bunch of neurosomatic problems in your body. Your mind becomes good at whatever it does repeatedly. So you want to be a warrior, but end up a worrier unconsciously. 14 years back, I saw the ill effects of this unconscious, vicious cycle. I lost a lot of hair, was delusional, and food used to be just tasteless. Then, one of my very close friends met me while going to the office. He was very glad to meet me, and he said something that hit man like a ton of bricks. You look like old. That was the breaking point. I took a real hard gaze at the mirror and saw what my untrained mind was pushing me into. I saw the dark circles and also saw muscle mass receding. This was the time that I didn't do anything which I used to do every day. I sat with myself and did a back to the memory lane exercise. I saw that every 10 years I was weaker, more terrified, problems compounded, finances borderline, and the most vivid recollection was a sense of helplessness at the eve of every new year that used to scream on me in silence. Nothing is going to change. This was my mind's way of keeping me in fear and my comfort zone. I sat with myself, and something shifted. I immersed myself in reading and long-distance running. This was the rebel mind which wanted to break through. That was the time when I learned about our mind's unlimited superpowers. But the untrained mind still has the superpowers, but it uses them to keep you fearful and not challenge the status quo. Research shows that this is what happens to more than 95% of people, and out of the rest 5%, only 1% become healthy, wealthy, and famous in the true sense. Still, this 1% has more wealth and knowledge than the 99% combined. In my 10 years of research and the last 6 years as a life change coach, I have figured out a solution that solves most of your health, wealth, and relationship issues. I train and transform thousands of my participants, and some of them are really rich and influential, but stuck due to their untrained mind superpowers. This super skill is called metacognition, the ability to monitor our self-thoughts and be able to take corrective measures. This is thought as the most important exercise in our life change workshops. What you cannot measure cannot be improved. So the first step towards taking your life from good, bad, ugly to great is to decide to learn this skill, which all great people inherently use. I now teach the timeless neuroscientific and psychological techniques, which were even used by Roman Stoics some 3,000 years ago and are proved through studies by 21st century neuroscience recently. I took back the controls from my untrained mind and was able to create massive wealth and influence. 3 years back, I even experimented on myself and saw my age reversing in 3 weeks flat. The experience was just electrifying. What was the incentive of that action? I started to enjoy life as it should be. People started to feel my vibrant energy even before I spoke or interacted with them. You are made up or broken apart due to your trained and untrained mind. One of my participants, Yash, a BPO employee, attended my signature Life Change Weekend webinar. While having a casual chat with a senior colleague, he heard the calls have increased and there is no way out. He recalled how he used to talk this way and nothing changed for years. What you speak is a command to your brain. If you indulge in pity parties, your mind does not take this as a joke, but a command to fulfill. The superpowers of our mind are incredible. It will make you do things that sabotage any chances of growth and expansion. So there are two choices every person has. Think from your untrained mind with fear, distrust, stress, and anxiety, or learn consciously what your untrained mind is compelling you to think unconsciously. It's like living like a zombie. You are cut off from reality. Although the concept of a zombie itself is unrealistic, that signifies how you live day to day, controlled by your untrained mind. Taking over the controls is a very, very, very important step towards creating an awesome life. One thing I want to make clear, irrespective of what debts you have, what problems you're facing, what lack and limitation you're challenged with, you don't have to change anything outside. Just work on the internal mind aspect, and the reality will conform like a mirror image. Recently, I got a call from one of my participants, and he called in to say thank you and wanted to share that he's feeling happy for no rhyme or reason. I said, you don't need to have a reason to be happy. A child's default state is happiness. We just lose this power as we grow up. Decide today that you will give yourself a chance because you are the most important person in your life. You have the super powerful mind and you don't need anything outside. There is an inspiring story of two local fishermen who were stranded 5 kilometers from the shore as their small boat's engine malfunctioned. The incredible story of Jose Salvador Alvarenga and Ezequiel Cordoba surviving 438 days. Pulled inside the Pacific Ocean by the currents, with broken radio, lost or damaged fishing gear, they started to live off the sea. Jose learned to catch turtles, fish, and live birds with bare hands. Jose kept himself engaged in monitoring the lunar cycles, devising drinking water by mixing turtles' blood and their urine. While Jose was coping with the reality, Ezequiel was slipping into mental despair of the life lost at sea. This sealed his fate, and after 4 months he died. Jose did not touch his body for 6 days, but eventually buried him at sea. We all have to face the death of our inner fear to create the beautiful life we see. We all have to be willing to pay the price of accepting death if that is the destiny, but not without a fight. And the most beautiful thing is that death never erases the ideology. You then rise from your ashes, and your idea becomes an accepted, heartfelt desire in the population. Mind you, if you don't train your mind to make calm, cold, calculated decisions, then the untrained mind will take reckless decisions based on fear, stress, conditioning, and people's opinion. Take a decision today. Draw the line, even if it means to shut up your ego who discredits everything that contributes to learning and growth. Come be a part of the knowledge and wisdom enjoyed by the 1% population who constitute the rich and successful. Call me if you need counseling on your most pressing problem. Subscribe to my channel to get life transformation wisdom and share with your loved ones who need help and guidance. Do consider attending our most popular life change webinar. Do connect with me in comments. I am rooting for you.